Introducing the Open Palm Podcast with host Jerome Shaw, available today on your favorite podcast platforms. The Open Palm Podcast is a positive, uplifting, motivational, and inspirational podcast. The host brings his insight and philosophy, and you can't help but gravitate towards his smile, his words, and his wisdom. Again, the podcast he hosts is titled The Open Palm Podcast. It's about inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas and topics. He'll also help you become more aware and in harmony with your own life, giving you a better understanding of your place in the world and using your skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. You can find the show today on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. You can also connect with the host on Instagram at JRomeShaw. That's JROMESHAW on Instagram. Jerome Shaw with the Open Palm Podcast. Motivation, meditation, mentality. Go listen, download, and subscribe today.
The great master Bankei's meditation classes attracted students from all over Japan. During one of these courses, a student was caught stealing. The incident was brought to Bankei's notice. He chose, however, to disregard it. A few days later, the pupil was again caught stealing. Bankei was informed, and again, he took no action. This greatly agitated the other students. They approached the master with a petition they had drawn up, asking for the student's immediate dismissal, following which they would have to leave the course en masse. Bankei read through their demands and then summoned them all before him. Dear brothers, you are indeed wise. You know the difference between right and wrong. You may leave if you wish and pursue your studies elsewhere. But this poor brother cannot tell what is right and what is wrong. If I do not teach him, who will? I have decided, therefore, to keep him, even if all of you leave. Tears coursed down the face of the erring student. He had no desire left to steal. The way to spell leader is EXAMPLE. Just as in this story, often the best way to lead is by example. Like Mahatma Gandhi, becoming the change that we wish to see in the world. Bankei, the meditation teacher, could have shunned the student who was stealing, could have chastised him, could have scrutinized him, could have ridiculed him, could have cast him out of the group, of the course, away from the other students, where he may have been ostracized. But instead, like a true caretaker, like a true teacher, like a true leader, he chose to teach him right from wrong, the best way he knew how, by simply embodying his own definition. And in the face of all the other students who were threatening to leave, weren't they in for a real lesson? That no one is unimportant, that no one is insignificant, that everyone matters. The Tao teaches us to be kind to the unkind, to be just to the unjust. Be faithful to even the unfaithful. We can never underestimate a person, never disregard someone's life. All life is sacred. All life has meaning. That's what this story shows me. Who among us does not have skeletons in their own closet, or is above reproach? For we can never truly cast judgment on another person without first looking at ourselves. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. The open palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray you received an encouraging message letting you know to never pass down judgment on another person for right or for wrong, but to lead by example, embodying all the principles that you deem worthy of living. Share this episode with a like-minded individual who is learning and growing, becoming their greatest version just like you, being all that they can be each day. Pay it forward so more can hear the message. And if this is your very first time receiving this podcast, why not subscribe for more inspirational messages like this? And if you feel it in your heart to support, consider opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw. Hey there, my friend. So you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.